up, team?
What's going on, team? You know what I find wild is we got OGs in here who just come because they're coming. And I like that. I like that energy. I feel like the OGs are like, no matter what stream we're on, we feel like we can learn something. But more importantly, for the OGs, I have a favor to ask. If you find these videos resourceful, especially for the noobs, you now have an obligation to basically hold and anchor down what we're teaching. You have that is obligation, right? So by virtue of you watching this, I mean, you're now held accountable to already pass information on to the broader community. Okay. So let's, guys, I actually got some sleep. I feel so good. By 3 o'clock, Andy called me. He was like, "Hey, yo," I'm like, "Motherfucker," like I'm trying to nap.
No,
And
I was calling you around then too.
yeah. I was like, Jesus, man, can I get my old man nap? I actually got like 3 hours of sleep. I actually also finished. Yeah, I got 3 hours. I took went to sleep like at 3 after you, I think, and then like woke up at fucking 6:30, and I'm just like,
Oh, I thought you meant like last night. I was like, you think that's a lot of sleep?
no. I mean, this whole weekend, both you and I were really excited, and I lost sleep, and actually that got validated today, so I'm really happy.
I
But
couldn't even focus on drinking. I also told I was gonna slow down too.
Jesus Christ.
Says he's gonna slow down drinking. Sends the picture of the 151 in Market Talk earlier.
Wait. Someone was drinking 151?
No, I'm getting 2 bottles of it because I make
Why?
this thing with it. Yeah, so they don't sell it in Boston, so I had to call in reinforcements.
New Hampshire sells it. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I have nowhere to get there.
Oh, well, New Hampshire is the liquor stores are controlled by the state, so pretty much any liquor store off the state highway, you take 93 all the way up, whatever.
No, I should have done that. But I think my mom's coming to visit, so she was like, "Do you need anything?" And I was like, "Why, yes, I do."
Okay, but 151, that's not even fun. Like
No,
after
it
two
is the
shots.
way I make like a modified caribou lou.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay, and how many drinks before like you're running down down the streets of Boston butt ass naked?
Oh, it's not that. It's like you drink a few cups of it and then you're put to sleep. You're just
And that-
you just can't. You're just non-functioning. So you got to be careful with it. But we used to do it at we used to do it in high school, and then we also used to do it in college too every once in a while. But we haven't done it in forever. So I was like, I feel like it's time that we bring this back.
And that, sir, is how you wake up next to a chick you don't want to wake up next to.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm really just making it for other people that haven't had it yet because I don't really need to be drinking a boatload of it.
So you're going to make Instagram reels at the expense of your peers.
That would be fun.
Oh, that would. Actually, I got a bone to pick. No. This is actually a fun story. Andy might remember this story, actually. We went to a house party. Andy, I wish you were here to confirm this. But we could text Andy about this. It was fucking hilarious. Went to a house party, and I did, in fact, drink too much. And so, like, I passed out, and they went freaking Sharpie happy on my ass while I was knocked the fuck out. Yes, Tabasco. It happened.
I always get like social anxiety when I'm super hammered. So like if I feel it coming on, I'll just leave. But then when I'm with you, it just continues and we just keep going.
Yeah.
Which is
Let's
bad.
see.
But team, we've got a couple of interesting things to talk about with you guys tonight. All you newbies in here that are coming in for the newbie stream, welcome. These are the night streams. We start off by having a little bit of fun, and then we get down to business.
Yeah. Military. Boot camp starts tomorrow, 9:15. You guys already know for the master morning stream. That's a whole lot of fun.
Mhm.
Great. Today, well, in the evening, we're a little more lax, not to scare you noobs away. And so, yeah, all right. STB, take it away. Like, I know you want to talk about like method and that type of thing in mindset. So I'm gonna let you lead the way on that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take over the charge from there. So
Mhm.
you lead the way.
So, what I want all of the new people and maybe some of the more intermediate people in here to do is I want you guys to basically come in as a clean slate. You need to forget what you think you know, other than the fact that you know how options move and things of that nature. We've proven this out to you guys many times about the strategy that we teach you guys with the traffic lights, with Invictus, the swing trading, everything. It's all pinpoint laser focused. Everything is there for a very specific reason. So the first thing that I want you guys to do, and some of you guys could actually benefit from this as well, where even if you've been trading for a little bit, you have a couple of days of success, and then you make some stupid mistakes, either go back and watch those curriculum videos, or guys, those of you guys that are new, you need to go watch all of those curriculum videos. All the answers to any real question that you have about trading with our system will be answered in there. After that, if you have any questions for us about specifics, we are more than happy to help you guys out every step of the way. But again, if we see you guys making stupid mistakes, and you guys saw me kind of crack the whip on what's his name, Daily Bread today, if you guys make stupid mistakes, we're not like these other people out there that you guys have seen before. We will crack the whip on you and let you know that you're being stupid. Because at the end of the day, we have a vested interest in your guys' success. We want you guys to succeed. We probably want you guys to succeed more than you want yourself to succeed. And the way that that is able to happen is by you guys following the process and the systems that we have lined out for you. Now, next step is really, 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 really important. What I need you guys to focus the most on is risk management and emotional management. This is why. When you start by paper trading, which is what we want all of you guys to do, but if you've seen a couple of my reels where I say paper trading is 98% bullshit, here's why. What paper trading does is it enables you to understand how your broker works. You're able to navigate it efficiently, and then sort of get the basic understanding of how to implement the strategy that you want to. So for this, traffic lights, normal crosses, swing trades, things of that nature, you have a general understanding of exactly how to do that. Then this is what the most important part of trading is: risk and emotional management. If you cannot manage your emotions and risk, you are going to struggle. So when you guys go into a live account, and I think I made a video about this too. Making money initially should be the absolute last thing that you are worried about. Here's why. If you have a $1,000 to $10,000 account, you're not going to be hitting, most likely, meaningful, quote unquote, meaningful trading days, depending on what your current situation is. If you hit 1% on a $10,000 account, you're making $100. Now, 1% is fucking awesome. Think about if you had a $100,000 account, you're making 1%. That's $1,000. That's amazing. But at this stage that a lot of you guys are in, you need to focus on building the fundamentals and the actual money management skills that come with trading. That's what we're doing here. It's not like we're playing this weird game. We are. I mean, we're in here playing the markets. But what we're really doing at its core is understanding how to manage money and risk efficiently and effectively. Because if you start to look at the markets as I need to make money, the markets are just going to take your money. If you think more so towards, I want to make a good trade, I want to follow my plan when I'm entering and exiting the trade. When you get up to let's say you're starting with $1,000, you get up to 10,000. Well, you're going to be able to effectively manage that versus the person that hits one crazy trade by full porting $1,000 and now has $10,000. Now, let's say that you then get up to $100,000. Well, then you're able to effectively manage it even better, and you're able to keep the money that you're actually making. I think Gabe has said this before. It's a good saying out there. It's not about what you make; it's about what you keep. If you start to make a bunch of money in the market and then you just give it all the way back, you're not a trader; you're a gambler. Our whole thing here is implementing our strategy over a long period of time and exploiting the opportunities that the market is giving us when we see them. Not, oh, I'm going to force my will on the market. And I know some of you guys are going to hear that right there and say, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then you're not going to implement it. That's the most important concept, probably of anything that we've taught you guys, other than the overall strategy with the traffic lights. I cannot stress this enough. So what I want all of you guys to do, especially those newbies in here, is focus on managing that risk and making good trades. The money will follow. Eventually, you will start hitting those bigger days, but you will never, ever, ever get there and get the consistency that you want out of the market if you're not able to implement your strategy with a small account. How do you expect to make money with $100,000 account if you can't even do it with 10,000? Logically speaking, it doesn't make any sense. More money in your account's not going to make you a better trader.
Yes. And I also want to add to that, if you are in fact paper trading, I think I want you guys to get more familiar with the mechanics of the chart and the way these candles move. And if you are paper trading, I would advise playing with the shares as opposed to options, just so you can become intimate with the candle, the movement relative to the EMAs, the levels, the 200 EMA, and you could see how, like the candles move and how you can come and profit. Because what's happening here with paper trading, and a lot of people don't understand this, is that we have no control of which broker you're on with when you open a paper trade account. And sometimes the options data is delayed, which gives you a false sense of like, oh, I made 40%, 50%, 60%. And it's literally having you it's creating that expectation that that's what's going to happen in a real market, and it's not, right? So basically, if you focus on the actual candles with the actual shares, you will have a better understanding as we translate on over to options, right? You don't want to become accustomed to 60, 70, 80% gains. And then when we go into a real count, you're like, wait, I only made 7. That's not enough. And then you find yourself like holding to 80, and then it reverses on you. And then you're like, this shit doesn't work. We don't want that, right? So focus on shares. And then even when you go into a live account, focus on shares. If you have a cash account, just play the upsides, play the upsides, play the upsides until you can see that this is essentially working for you, right? Because what we're using is the chart as a visual cue for our entries and our exits, right? I don't really care. STB, to be honest with you, I'm totally blind to my um my options percentage until I actually go look at it. I just know like, hey, I should be up on this play based on,
Because you're looking at the chart.
yeah. I don't know until I look at it. And then when I look at it, I'm like, ooh, surprise.
I do something very similar. But what I do is, in order to make myself fast, is since we both are trading on our phones, I'll have the chart up, but I'll have the sell screen up on my position. So I may not be looking at it, but I know when to go look. When I need to go look at it, it's right there, ready to go for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do something similar. I try not to look at it, because you're gonna see the dollar amount and be like, "Ooh, I want to take it," or "Ooh, I want to." What do you call it? I want to cut out. I got to cut this loss, but it's a game of percentages, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. All right. Let's see. We have hot potato. Interactive broker paper trading is really good, except for the fills. You only get filled at the bid or the ask, but you have real time data.
I like that.
All right.
Again, guys,
Let's.
it's a process that you have to learn. You're not going to get rich in a day. You can have really good days, but it's a mind game that you're playing in this market all the time. Like if I'm up 2% for the day, I'm usually done. I'm usually thinking, all right, I'm done. Basically, like how Rita's doing, where it's like, oh, if it's up a certain percentage, it's just going to protect the portfolio gains at that point. Like at one point today, I was thinking that I had a bunch of settled cash left, and I was already up a shitload. And I was like, I could afford to just YOLO a percentage of the profits. Did I? No, I wanted to keep it. But at the same time, you get to that point in trading where you can afford to take on a little bit more risk if you want to, because you're just risking a portion of what you've already made. So you've already locked in your green day.
Hmm.
Whatever days I stay out completely, I mean,
I give it a stab every day.
yeah, I do too. Should there be days where I don't trade? Sometimes, I think. Well, like looking back on it, on the things that I've seen in the market, I would say, yeah, I probably shouldn't have traded that day. Just because of the things that we were seeing, either data coming out or even cutting trading a little bit early. Like there were a couple of days, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where you just saw these bait and switches happening left and right. And it didn't really make sense to trade anymore. But there are certain scenarios in which, like, you guys saw me do it this morning when I opened up the SPY options chain and I saw what they were pricing on it, and I was like, they can go fuck themselves. I'm not buying any of that shit, and I just traded Tesla instead.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, let's see. This is a newbie onboarding, but
Yeah,
these
so
are
you want
all
to pull up the chart with
very
them?
like familiar names I don't see.
I do.
What are we doing here, man? Uh let's see. Okay. So let's go and let's look at this here. Guys, your focus should be in the 1348 strategy library. That's your focus, right? If you're asking questions that have already been answered in these videos, like don't expect anyone in the community to answer it for you, because at the end of the day, why should we if you haven't shown any intent, right? So you have the 1348 strategy and you got all about the bots, right? You also got options trading. And if you qualify, or yeah, if you have access to the masterclass library, you gain that as well. Okay.
Which we don't, which is funny.
It's really funny, right? We can't we really. So just keep that in mind. Everything is, we put in hours building out these libraries and answering all the questions for you so that you have a very, very solid understanding by the time you come into the community and start asking questions, right? Don't be one of those cucks that are asking questions that obviously prove that you have not taken that initiative. Please, it's just we're not here for that.
You'll make my brain bleed.
It really does. It really does. Okay, now let's get into the chart and really just sort of kind of give you a brief explanation of what these things are, even though you should already know watching these videos, the videos in the library. But here we go. STV, you want to take this away because I
I
feel
got
like
you, buddy.
I'm just like, fuck. All right. So let's zoom out here.
So let's go.
And
Let's start at the let's start at, let's see. I mean, we can just go through top down. So making this super simple for everybody, when you're looking at the trading view chart, if you're looking in the top left there, right next to where it says like S&P 500 Trust ARCA, what you're then going to see is O, which is the opening price of that current candle that you're on, the high of that candle, the low of that candle, the close of that candle. And then on the last number that you see there is the actual net movement of what that candle did to price action. So that's simple as that over there. And then below, you're basically going to see that trade 1348 area right there, which we were covering in the master class yesterday, which is going to give you the different EMA values at different times in the chart. So if you scroll back, you can actually see that the EMA values are changing. So if you scroll around, you can kind of see how those values change, and those are telling you what the EMAs are valued at right there. So it's helpful. It's a quick tool to kind of show you, okay, this is what the actual EMA is at, and I don't necessarily have to like actually put the cursor on the level on the chart. It'll just tell you right there. Then moving over to the indicators that you're seeing on the chart there, the green bars that you see horizontally, are going to be the prior drawn out, automatically drawn out support and resistance level or resistance levels on whatever time frame that you're on. So Gabe's on the 1 minute. So these green bars are going to be 1 minute resistance levels. The red bars that you see are going to be on this time frame, the 1 minute. You're going to see 1 minute support levels. Simple as that. Now they also give you the prices as well. So that makes it super simple. You don't have to scroll around and actually see what the prices of those are. Then we have our normal 13, 48, and 200 EMA on the chart. I think you guys are all familiar with that there. Then we have the RSI down below, which is actually color coded. So when it actually gets into overcooked territory, as you can see, it turns orange, either when it crosses 70 or crosses 30. So you see when RSI is actually getting overcooked, which is a kind of helpful visual tool. I use that a lot to see if the RSI is actually cooked on whatever time frame that I'm using. And then the yellow line is going to be the RSI simple moving average, which is very helpful. I mean, you guys saw me take that Tesla trade today using the moving average. We go over that in the masterclass videos a lot with you guys, where breaks of that RSI moving average can be a nice clear shift of momentum. Moving down a little bit further, we have the MACD. And another momentum indicator in the settings on that one, as you guys know, 24, 52, 18. Smooths things out a little bit. I mean, you guys have heard the reversal strategy. That's been in the videos a lot. And then we got ADX down below as well. So that's going to show you where the trend is, either strong bearish or bullish, or weak bearish or bullish, showing you shift of trends.
There you go.
And then moving on to the genie over there, this makes it super simple and actually ties everything together. So you actually don't have to do that progression that I just went through with you guys, where you're seeing where the EMAs are, you're seeing where the bias is in terms of what the EMAs are, what the RSI is at, what the MACD is at, what the ADX is at. It actually lists it out right there for you on the genie. So trade 1348 genie, you have the EMA trend. So if the 13 has crossed below the 200, or sorry, the 13 has crossed below the 48, on whatever time frame that you're on, you're going to see this EMA trend bias to puts. Right now, you can see that EMA trend is puts. It also gives you the bias of the 200 EMA. Below the 200 EMA, it's going to say bias to puts. Above the 200 EMA is going to say bias to calls, which is in all those curriculum videos anyway. RSI being bullish means it's above the moving average. So if it's above or below the moving average, it's going to tell you whether or not it's bullish or bearish. It'll actually show you if it's getting cooked or not as well. I believe it still shows that, right? If the RSI cooked or not.
Not cooked. It'll just say oversold or overbought.
Cool. MACD will show you that as well. So right now it is showing strong bullish over there. Because you do see it's hard to kind of see here on the 1 minute, but those green bars on the histogram are solid green. So that's going to show you strong bullish. When they're light green, you're going to see weak bullish, weak red, light red is weak bearish, and then solid red is going to be strong bearish. ADX, same deal. ADX, you can actually basically view ADX, the values that you're seeing on the actual indicator as absolute values. Above or below 25. Over 25 is going to signal a strong trend. Below 25 is going to signal a weak trend. And that's kind of where you're seeing that ADX momentum coming in there as well. Then the last one, which I think is probably the most important and what we've done, maybe not the most important, but very important. The traffic lights. So you see 1, 3, and 5. It's going to tell you what the traffic lights are showing on the different time frames. So with all of the other indicators on the genie right here, it's only showing you what the actual trend is, the 200 EMA, RSI, and MACD on the time frame that you have pulled up. So right now we're on the 1 minute. So it's going to show you what the EMA trend is. 200 EMA, RSI, and MACD are telling you on the time frame that you're currently looking at on your chart. The traffic light indicator part of the genie as well is going to be showing you what the actual traffic lights are showing on the different time frames. Now, we went over this in the masterclass, so if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you go back. But you can actually use this as an identifier of when the moves could be potentially stronger if you're trading the 1 minute traffic lights. So right now, as we're looking at this on the chart, the traffic lights are showing that the 1, 3, and 5 are all showing red, meaning that they are signaling downward momentum. If one of them was yellow, it means that it's getting a traffic light on that candle that you're on whatever time frame it is. And if they're green, it's showing that it has already had that traffic light and it is now showing a green light, showing that the trend is most likely to the upside. So that's kind of the chart, everything that's on there. In short, I don't think I missed anything.
No, I don't think you missed anything at all. I don't think he missed anything at all. I think you nailed it. I think very, very, very simple stuff. Of course, I just want to give you guys a little tidbit here, right? At market open, especially on a 1 minute, it is very, very easy to let the market open and then play a reversal.
Mhm.
I want to point this out, especially for the OGs who are watching this, right? So we see here, you let the market open, don't chase into that put, wait for the first bounce, reversal, make money, right? We could do it again here. You see, don't chase it, make the first bounce, make money really, really quick, right? Although the bounce up is nowhere near as big as the move down, right?
Mhm.
And this all tends to happen between 9:45 and 10 o'clock. We could also see the same thing happen here. Mark it up. We don't chase it up. We wait for that first reversal that happens at or about 10 o'clock coming here uh, on these candles as they consolidate. Or you could even use this candle and say, okay, yeah, like it's hitting a level, it's coming on down. We could find another example here. This is, yeah, market opens, it comes on down, hits a level, comes right back up, right? So 97.94 to 98.96, that's a dollar move. So you really want to go ahead and just sort of kind of like let the market at market open sort of kind of like give you the direction and then you play the correction. Let the market give you the direction, you play the correction.
Mhm.
In this situation, we could see that by 10 o'clock, the market just dies, right? And then you could play the correction, right? This is gonna be a $2 move, right, off this correction almost. Um, and for a lot of you with your ports, that's probably all the move you need, right? This here is just an anomaly. The market was just off to the races. Don't expect the market to do this. This is why there's really no reason to chase because the market doesn't do this a lot.
Mhm.
What you're seeing here on the 1 minute, it doesn't do this a lot, right? So we would ignore that. Again, in this situation, trends down, hits a level, makes a move up, you make profit, right? So let the market choose the direction, you play the correction. Really, really, really simple. I think it also, helps you just sort of kind of like stay out of the chop. Like if something like this were to happen, right? This is nasty,
Mhm.
right? In this situation, the market doesn't choose a direction, so you're sitting on your hands until it finally does, and then you could make some money, right?
I think I remember trading that day.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's just wonky.
Yeah.
Um, Always fun. Again, another great example. Market doesn't choose a direction till later on in the day, but you could still play the correction. You got the consolidation really doing anything, nothing, and then it makes the move up. You play the correction down. So it really does pay. It does pay significantly to wait for the direction, the correction, make your money, get out, right? Because this year, I mean, you could chase into it. If it's already chosen a direction before market open, you're literally just chasing. So let it play its uh, direction. You play the correction. We get another example. Each and every morning, you're going to see an example of this. A lot of consolidation, right? It chooses the direction, right? You could go ahead and play this because this is well into about 10 o'clock. So this is reasonable. You choose the direction, you play the correction,
Mhm.
right? We could do this over and over and over and over and over, right? Again, this chooses a direction, you play the correction. We could do this. We keep doing this.
Mhm.
We could keep doing this, right? This is where patience is key, right? So, sort of kind of consolidating, it chooses a direction, you play the correction, and then it starts teetering on down, right? So, let the market, just sort of kind of like build on itself, right? That way you can make more of a educated decision as to what's going to happen. You can see the consolidation, and this is, by 9:40, 10 o'clock, it chooses a direction, you make your money, you make your money on the correction.
Mhm.
We could keep doing this. I mean, SW, you see it, right? This
I
is
do this every day.
you do it every day, right?
I do it every day.
We do it every day. Again, choose the direction, you play the correction. It's wild. It is wild. You guys can do this all day, every day. We could literally zoom out and just do this all day, every day. Choose the direction, you play the correction. Oh my God. You guys, I mean, I hope you see it here.
It's almost like when Fed stuff comes out. It's like the first move is almost always not the right move.
Yeah. Direction and correction. Because you know that the market hardly ever comes out of the gate trending.
Very rare.
Very rare that it does, right? So you don't have to go into the market at market open and think like, I have to catch this play. Because it rarely does a trend. And guess what? If you miss it, that's cool. Because chances are you're gonna see a correction maybe by 11 o'clock or noon when that steam runs out. Right? So that's all we got for you guys here.
Mm-hmm. I think that's all we got for you guys tonight. We got a big day tomorrow with CPI. It's gonna be crazy. Get some rest, team. You're gonna need that laser focus tomorrow.
All right, guys. So catch me at 9:15. We go into market open, and yes, we let the market choose the direction. We play the correction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it really we just have fun with it. All right.
Yeah, Wednesday night too, guys. I'll probably be coming on at 6 Eastern for about half hour to an hour with you guys. And that's when we're gonna do that private stream with all you 3 years and lifers and go through TLT and all the other swings that we're looking at. And some overall normal stuff too.
There you go. Peace, guys.
Peace.
And get you out.